Do you think Moab, Utah is only about arches and Canyonlands National Park? Think again. In this episode, we're exploring all the amazing things to do in Moab outside of the national parks. From epic off-road adventures, local shopping, and mouth-watering food, to dinosaur spottings and jaw-dropping scenery. So if you can't get a park reservation or you just want to experience more of what Moab has to offer, this is the ultimate guide. So let's get out and let's live a little. We are in the car and we are heading to Moab. Are you excited?
Yes, the Jeep is excited.
I was gonna say, what are you more excited for, Moab or the fact that you're bringing the Jeep?
The Jeep.
So we're going with some friends in the beginning and then it'll just be us, but we're gonna have a fantastic time. We have lots and lots of fun stuff planned. So since we're going to Moab, we are going to do an episode all about the things that you can actually do in Moab if you're not gonna do the national parks, but there's so many fantastic things to actually do in just Moab itself. So let's get it going. For anybody that doesn't know, we are coming from like the Denver metro area heading to Moab, and part of this drive that I love so much, because this is not the first time we've done it, is that the scenery changes so much throughout this drive. It's absolutely stunning and beautiful, and it just makes the drive so much more unique and fun. We made it to Moab and we made it to our Airbnb and we all just kind of chilled and hung out because we had a very busy day the next day. Good morning. We're a little slow this morning. We had a little too much fun last night. We are headed to go do ATVs this morning, which is super, super fun. And you can do the ATVs without going into the national parks, so that's great if you're looking for something like that. Okay, there's a lot of trails that you can take around Moab with these ATVs, but if you have to go across the bridge, which basically means if you're coming from downtown Moab and you want to go towards the national parks and do any of the ones over there, you do need a trailer, because most of the places that sell the ATVs are on this side of the river. So we're not going to head that way. We're not going to deal with the trailer. We're just going to get these ATVs and go do some trails. We'll see which ones we do, and let's go have some fun. It's a little cloudy and a little windy today, but it's going to be a good day. I'm excited. You excited?
Yes.
You excited? Okay, well, she'll get excited once we start it, I'm sure. Let's go. Ready? I had to buy some little kids' glasses because I left ours at home because it's so foggy out. Let's go. Hi, Pop. So I know I had previously mentioned that these were ATVs. They're actually OTVs. I have no idea what we're doing. I've never been in one of these before. But we did rent it from Cliffhanger Jeep Rental. I'll leave their link below. They also offer Jeep rentals if you were more interested in that. And then we took the OTVs over to the Moab Cane Creek Boulevard and pretty much did that entire path. It was just an easy access from where we picked these up. Basically, to get there, if you find McDonald's on the main strip, just kind of turn towards McDonald's and go down that road and you will pretty much run into this path. Now you can take a Jeep there, you can take the OTVs. We saw pretty much everything on this road, but it was a really nice path to take. And we had a blast doing it. We did not do the whole thing at all because the kids kind of got tired and everybody needed some food and a little bit of a break, but it was so much fun. I would definitely recommend it. Now, like I said, we only did a portion of this trail because this is a point-to-point trail that spans approximately 38 miles, with 20 miles being off-highway. Apparently, the trail features 50 creek crossings. We only did maybe 2 or 3 of them, so not very many. So I guess the farther down you go, the more creek crossings there are, as well as more difficult things like ascending a high canyon wall. There was also several trails that branched off of this original trail that you could go and explore as well, but we pretty much just stuck to the Moab Cane Creek Trail. After you're done doing all of your fun off-roading, you do have to wash the vehicle off before returning it. So we did that, and then we headed back into town for lunch, and honestly, we all hadn't eaten anything up to this point, so we were so ravenous that I completely forgot to film any of it. But we headed over to Dewey's, which is a great lunch option, kind of like bar food, but very, very tasty. Would definitely recommend it. After we had some very yummy lunch, we headed into town to do some shopping, because of course, why not? And if there's one store that I recommend you go into, it is this one. It is called The Sundry. They have everything from custom hats to jewelry to artwork. It was just an absolutely phenomenal store to check out. I would highly recommend it. And there's a bunch of other good ones as well. I'll show you some of those in addition to this one. I actually loved this store so much that I may have bought some jewelry as well as a hat where I was able to burn Live a Little into the brim. So super, super fun. Okay, so if you are in Moab and you have kids, or you're just really into dinosaurs.
And it happens to rain.
And it happens to rain, which I still don't know if this is going to be the best thing for a rainy day, but we will let you know. But it is pouring rain today, and our friends are leaving. We are staying and going to do more stuff. But we are going to, what was it called? I'll note the name below. It's something Dinosaur Moab, something along those lines.
We're going to see the dinosaurs.
We're going to see the dinosaurs. This is a great option if you can't get into the national parks, because you do need to be signed up for the national parks if it is after April. I want to say it's April to November. It's October or November. I will note that as well below. But yeah, it's raining and gross today, so let's go check out some dinosaurs. At the Dino Park, you get to make tracks alongside life-size dinosaurs with a beautiful backdrop. You get the opportunity to get up close and personal with state-of-the-art dinos that used to roam these lands. Around Moab, you can even find a lot of their tracks. Now, you can walk around and see the dinos like we did, or for more money, you can explore inside with a 3D movie as well as a 5D Paleo Aquarium virtual experience. Not quite sure what that was because we didn't do it. But we did end up skipping the indoor interactive museum, that all tickets get access to that, because the kids were just kind of done by the time we made it back to the main building. Our tickets were $18, and if you want to do the interactive tickets, then it was $28. Okay, so this is cool, but it is now definitely starting to rain a little bit, and everyone's starting to run because it is starting to rain and we're a little bit farther from the building. This is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, but probably not the best activity for a rainy day. Not horrible, but definitely not the best. And it's cold today. Okay, I gotta run too. It's coming down. After the dino exhibit, our friends headed back home. We were in an Airbnb with them, so we switched over to a hotel on Main Street, and then we headed over to have some barbecue for some dinner. Now, I've eaten here before, and it's decent barbecue. It's also just a pretty quick stop to order some food and eat and keep on going. Cheers. So this is the kids. We got the pulled chicken and of course mac and cheese. Javi, are you excited? Does it look yummy? And then Jack and I aren't super hungry, so we decided to share two things from the pits. We did brisket and sausage. Hush puppies or cornbread, we went with cornbread. Side of fries, side of coleslaw. We did a salad and then an extra side of hush puppies. And luckily that night we had a really early dinner because the power went out in all of Moab until about like 3 in the morning. So luckily we just kind of sat on our balcony and enjoyed the silence. And all went to bed very early. Now let's talk some breakfast options. Doughbird unfortunately was closed when we were here, but it has been open in the past and they have some really good donuts. Another option is Moab Garage Co. This was a fantastic spot for some breakfast and some coffee. The line was decently long, but it moved pretty quickly, and you can also order online if you didn't feel like waiting in line. It was really, really cute inside too, and just a really great stop. Let's get back here. Yummy looking BLT with some chips. Coffee. We got a yummy looking waffle. Good morning. Okay, we are headed out in the Jeep and we are gonna go do some off-roading trails. So I think the first one we're planning on doing today for sure is called Onion Creek. This one is not in the national parks, so you do not need national parks pass or any of the above to go do this one. We're gonna check that one out first, mostly because it did rain last night and it should be a little muddy and you drive through a river basically a few times throughout this trail, and Jack just wants to get the Jeep muddy. So we're gonna start with that one and then we will see how the day goes. We may do another one. I have another one. It's called Schaefer's Trail. We've done it before, and that one is out of Canyonlands, so that one you do need to go into the national park for. So that'll probably be on the other video if we do it. I will link that one below for the other video because it is in the national parks for Canyonlands. Let's go. Poppy, are you excited to go? Yeah, you excited to go boom, 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 boom on the trails? Yeah. And we are ready to go because we slept a lot last night, didn't we? Because we lost power at about 6:30 last night. No power, and then it did not go back on until... Poppy's getting over being sick. Sorry for the cough. Lost power at 6:30 last night, and it did not go on until 3 a.m. when all of the lights in our room turned back on and we had to run and turn them all off. But because it went off so early, we had nothing to do, we all went to bed super early. So let's go and do some off-roading. After that great breakfast, we decided to head over to Onion Creek, which is a really great trail for Jeeps and off-road vehicles. We saw a lot of dirt bikes there as well. This was just a relatively easy trail, but a lot of fun. So far, the drive to Onion Creek is actually beautiful because you go right along the Colorado River and you have the red rocks on either side, big cliffs. It's really, really pretty. Yes. Yes. So talkative this morning. Okay, we're about to start Onion Creek and get the Jeep a little dirty. Are you excited?
Yep.
It looks like it's gonna be a cool one. It's a beautiful day out today, so let's get this going.
My ground clearance recommended.
pretty though. You can see the little creek that we're gonna go through. Doesn't look too hard.
No, first puddle.
Oh yay, first puddle! Ah! Ooh, that was a big puddle.
Is that funny? Yeah, more puddles. Oh, I see another puddle.
Yes.
Is this fun? Here's another big one. Go fast.
Here's another puddle. Mom's about to get wet.
Okay, go. Don't get me too wet though.
Got on your window?
What was that?
I lit on my window.
Is this fun? Yeah. Okay, so before that little bridge, it was pretty easy, and then now you're saying it's a little more technical?
Yeah, but not like, it's just more rocks.
Okay.
We went from dirt road to jagged road.
I'm a little done now. First car we've seen, but this is where the scenery starts to change a little bit more. You get more of the sulfur rocks and the different colors. Okay, so we've just made the executive decision. We've gone a little over half of it. We've went about 6.6 miles through this trail, and it has been phenomenal, and we probably would keep going, but I just think there's a few other things that are on our list today to try and do. We did almost 1,000 feet of elevation gain. It took us about 40 minutes to do it, and granted, that's with like the few stops of us throwing the drone up and everything too, so if you were doing it, you're not going to be stopping like we are, but a doable trail. Right after that bridge is probably the most technical part, and then the rest is just kind of bumpy road. It's really, really cool. I may actually try and drive for a hot second on the way back and get through some rivers a little bit. But I don't love driving, period. Never mind off-road stuff. I don't really know what I'm doing. So and the fact that I think I'm comfortable enough to actually do it means that it's not, do some of it means it's not too technical. But this was pretty fun, and the views are beautiful here. Absolutely stunning. That one made a rainbow. We just finished the bit of the Onion Creek trail that we were gonna do. We were out there for about an hour and a half, so not bad, and that's with our stops and filming and everything. I actually did drive through some of the puddles. When you see us following the Jeep, that's me. Yeah, Jack did 90% of the driving, 98% of the driving, but that was fun. What'd you think?
It was good. I'm trying to figure out why this car is just stopped in the middle of the road.
Okay. So while they're stopped, why don't you just say what you think?
Oh, it was easy. If you have like a SUV that's got pretty good ground clearance, or a truck, you should be able to take it. I would not take it with kind of sports tires though. There's some rocky bits and some sharp rocks that you probably need some off-roading tires, or at least all-terrain tires to do. But it was relatively easy.
Yeah, I mean...
There's lots of streams.
There's a lot of streams that you do go through. There's one or two parts that were, don't want to say sketchy, but a little bit more challenging from somebody who doesn't like driving. From somebody who's a city girl and definitely doesn't do any of this kind of stuff. But that was a lot of fun. We will catch you in a few minutes. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do next. After that beautiful drive, we were all really hungry, so we headed over to Canyon Pizza Co. to grab some very yummy pizza. They had so many options to choose from with some really unique flavors. Like for Poppy, we did a margarita because we knew that was the safe option, but then Jack and I shared the Nashville hot pie as well as the chicken bacon ranch, and they were both really good and unique, different pies. I would definitely suggest checking this place out. Like, I would definitely go back and eat here, and that's coming from a girl who loves her New York City pizza, and that's what she grew up with. Okay, we have had lunch, and now we are going back on the road. We're going to another trail. It is called Fins and Things,
yes.
Right?
And it costs $10.
Fins and Things, $10. I believe it's part of the state parks of Utah, so that's why it costs extra to get into it, but you don't need to register like the state parks you do. Decently easy off-roading one. We've done this one in the past.
Hold on. There's two versions. There's kind of a base off-roading trail, which is relatively easy. There is also one specifically designed for off-highway vehicles. That one's difficult. It's probably a 7 out of 10 from a hard scale. It's a climbing trail.
But we're doing the easy one.
Yes. Well,
So.
maybe.
I was told we're doing the easy one. Let's not make me freak out too much. Okay, we'll show it to you. Let's go. Fins and Things. This way. This is not what we did last time. What we did last time was over here, but this is a lot more rock. climbing? So Jack's gonna set the drone up just so we get an idea of what this trail actually is, because I think last time we literally just took this road and just like drove through it, which was super pretty, and if this looks too difficult we will, but this is definitely a lot more like actual rock climbing. So at least show you what the drone's got to show you, but let's see. One cool thing is that we do have a front-facing camera, so Jack really can see what is coming in front of him, like if there's a big rock or something. He has a better idea. Oh gosh. Oh, Lordy. So unfortunately, it was at about this point where we realized that this trail is pretty technical. We do not have a lifted Jeep, and this Jeep is our way home. So even though this trail is technically one way, we did not make it very far into the trail and decided, let's make sure nobody else is coming and turn around while we can before it gets to be too dangerous. And also, when I say technical, it was more so that it had rained a lot and there was like big, huge chunks missing of dirt, and it just kind of was too big a gaps for our car. Also, just an FYI, if you do the fins and, what is it? Fins and things trail, it does say it takes 2 to 4 hours. You were saying you would have felt more comfortable if we did do it on the OTVs the other day, right?
OHVs.
Oh wait, whatever the heck they're called, ATVs, OHVs.
Off-highway vehicles.
Okay, in the ones that we did, instead of this. Also, this is our way to get home, so I'd rather it not be broken. Okay, what's your thoughts, Jack, on that one?
Well, I've determined that the Jeep definitely needs a lift.
Well, you've wanted that forever.
Yep, and now I just proved it, so it's okay. I'm pretty sure the Rubicon could have handled it, but if I didn't have my child with me, where I could risk a little bit more, I probably would have kept going. But safety-wise, thought it was a good time to turn around on a one-way trail.
Yeah. So maybe don't do what we did. We did turn around. We did not go far at all and made sure there was nobody else coming. But then I looked at the trusty little map that they gave us, and that one is rated 5 on the Moab trail, which is a 1 to 5 scale, and the Moab off-road trails are harder than your average ones.
1 to 10 scale.
1 to 10, what'd I say? 1 to 5?
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 to 10.
It's kind of like a Colorado hiking scale.
Yes.
Our easy Colorado hikes are hard.
That is very true. It says tall tires 33 inches plus, and lockers, I don't know what that is, are recommended.
Differential locks.
Okay, that. Differential locks, whatever that is. And excellent driving skills required. As I said earlier in this video, I am city girl. I do not do off-roading driving. I don't know cars. I don't know this stuff. I know how to get you around in New York City on any subway, but I don't know this stuff. So what we had actually done last time, which is what I thought we were doing, is just the full-on drive through here, which is very pretty, and that is called the Sands Flats Road. We'll show you that, because that's what we're gonna do now. It's easy. Probably still 4-wheel drive would be recommended. No, you don't think so?
This is 2-wheel drive.
Okay, Jack says 2-wheel, but I'll give you a shot of it. It is pretty. Now Jack drove this road and he'll probably stand firm on the fact that you can do this in two-wheel drive. Now the only thing I would say about that is we did have some snow up in this general area for a few days. So there was some snow that we did end up driving through. So I think depending on the weather, like if you've had a lot of snow or rain, then maybe I would suggest four-wheel drive just because some of it got muddy and there was some bigger rocks, and we did see one car that did break down, but it was definitely an easier drive than some of the other ones that we have done in Moab.
It's got a gimbal on it, but this is a washboard road.
Yeah, okay, we'll say this does have a gimbal. So we look a lot smoother than we actually are. This is really bouncy. Okay, so if you do just take this road and you just kind of continue through and you don't turn around to go back out the way you came. Sorry, Jack is trying to get all the puddles to get this car dirty as we're going through snow as well. You end up in the La Salle National Forest. So if you kind of just keep following the road, you do eventually get out. Otherwise, you can turn around and come back in the way that you did come. But we're gonna just keep on heading out. Then it was time for dinner. So we headed over to Birdie's, which was a new one for us. But oh boy, it was absolutely delicious. And inside was super, super cute. I loved how they decorated it. I would definitely recommend this restaurant if you were in Moab and want like a really nice meal. So we did the butter board. It comes with 3 different butters and some good focaccia bread. Looks pretty tasty. It was strawberry, garlic, and chive. I don't remember. Some kind of nut something. It all looks good. The brown butter was a brown butter hazelnut butter. So this is the short ribs. It looks really, really tasty. We got mac and cheese for Poppy. You want to eat it now? It looks very good. It is a side though, but it looks like a yummy mac and cheese. How is it?
Mediterranean bowl.
We got little cookies on the house. And we got our check. You want one? Go for it, bug. Let me know how they are. You take one. Good. So we all agreed I would definitely suggest Birdie's. But now, if you're in Moab for a few days, you might want a few other restaurant suggestions. This one was Cactus Jack. We tried a few times for breakfast for this one, and there was always such a long wait, it never worked out with the kids. And then there's a hotel called the Hoodoo, which is part of Hilton, and they had a restaurant and bar in there. We actually did eat there because it was opened early with a bunch of kids, and it was really tasty. It wasn't the cheapest option, but it was very good. And then if you want a good, cheap option, there is the food truck park, where everybody in the family can have a different food item. They also have ice cream for dessert, and there's just a lot of really good food truck options here, so I would definitely check this one out, especially if you're traveling with somebody or with a group of people. Another one that we did for breakfast as well as lunch is Gloria's. This is a great, fast casual, healthy option, smoothies, just really good one for a sit-down meal right on Main Street. And then our last suggestion is actually Miguel's Baja Grill. Now, we've been to Moab several times, and I've walked by this one not even realizing it was actually even there. But our friend who's from here recommended that we must try this one. And let's just say we went back twice because it was so good. Did the kids quesadilla, extra rice. Somebody doesn't like beans. Looks good.
The fajitas, chicken. And a burrito that's the size of Emma.
And I'm gonna be honest, it was so good. I pretty much ate this entire thing. I couldn't stop. It was so delicious. That was a fantastic trip. Till next time, get out and live a little. Bye, guys. But with that being said, we are not completely done with this trip. We will see you next week for the national parks, where we go to Arches as well as Canyonlands. 2 different parts of Canyonlands to be exact, and we have so many more fun things to explore. So till next time, get out and live a little.